Hello, darling, and hello, darlings. Welcome back to Skunks at the garden party. Tommy, how are you this morning? I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming, but what's going on?
No, it's just sometimes having a small business is a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot. I mean, we were talking the other day about the new sort of rules for shipping around Europe, which I'm trying to navigate. But also, just like, anytime I have to bring other people in, like right now, I've hired this company that are going to help me with like sorting out my newsletter, changing some things on my website, like just real basic stuff, right? And the amount of hand-holding and babying. And for me, it's just like, this could be so easily remedied if there were services like that that exclusively hired women and queer people. Yeah. It's the fact that I consistently have to hold these adult baby men hands. Like, I just can't do it. Like, give me a woman, give me a queer person, because I can't do it with you.
I'm sorry, but adult baby man hands is just the front runner for episode title now. I think patience for the patriarchy and those who are so keen to adhere to it because they privilege most from it, I think our patience is already quite thin.
Well, I don't have
at this
any.
point. Well, there we go.
Hannah, I'm in a WhatsApp group with the people that are dealing with this, right?
Yeah.
And I sent a voice note today. Just being like, listen, I'm really not happy with this. I'm absolutely baffled at the copy that you've used here. I didn't sign off on it. It looks terrible and it's live. I need you to get in there now.
I love, though, that this is you in your full-blown Devil Wears Prada.
I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah. But we
don't give a fuck.
We did talk about this yesterday, and I was like, I saw the shipping stuff, and it's quite stressful, but I said to you then what I'm going to say to you again now, like, you are dealing with all of it with such grace. I know when you're leaving those voice notes and your nostrils are flaring in the way that I can see they are right now, it's tough to believe that, but I've known you at points in the past where just a tiny percentage of what you were trying to deal with and navigate right now across all of it, you know, would have taken you out spiraling for weeks at a time, right?
I think I'm just at this point where I've got so much going on with the house and everything else where I'm like, can you afford this meltdown? I think that's it. Like, can you afford right now to get so angry that you punch a hole in the wall and have to take the day off? Probably not. But I could afford to go off at a bunch of cis white men on a WhatsApp group.
We can all afford
and do you know what? I'm proud of that. Like, I don't take it back. I stand by everything I said.
Yeah. Yeah, but also with us quite often, and I think this is something the listeners will relate to as well, quite often I find myself feeling a certain kind of way because I've had to be very direct, or I've had to be quite authoritative, or I've had to be, and actually it's okay, right? Because like, as we said, when like cis straight fucking guys are doing it, they're just being authoritative and demonstrating great leadership skills, whereas I'm there going like, oh my god, was I a bit of a bitch? Like, no. You know, so I know you and you are professional, but also when you've had it, you've had it.
Yeah, and you know what? If they're sat in their office talking about that fucking angry queen in Berlin, then let them fucking have it, but sort it out now, next 15 minutes, because I've got a fucking banner on my website for the newsletter that's talking about what's going on in your car, and I'm livid.
Yeah.
You know, livid. The ask is that you join a newsletter. What is all this? Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's stressful. It's stressful for both of us. We always end up laughing about it, but ultimately, our livelihoods are linked to what it is that we've built brick by brick with basically fucking nothing to begin with, right? So when it comes down to having to relinquish control and then other people absolutely just fucking it up. I actually was able to send an email this morning to Bex and Patricia, who work in the cult, my Patreon, thanking them. Because when I logged in this morning, Patricia's amazing astrology content that was emailed yesterday was already published. Bex had got it in there. It was all done. And like, my parents are visiting this week. We're running lots of different projects at the same time, you know. And I just was able to say, you know, Patricia's running a ritual tomorrow evening. I won't need to log in. I won't
for the
need
eclipse,
to.
Is it?
For this, yes, yeah. New moon in Leo.
I need that.
Yeah, and I'd love to be there. It's my mum and dad are going to be here tomorrow. But yeah, so it's a new moon in Leo solar eclipse ritual where we're focusing on using the energy of the community to help with manifestation in a very action-oriented way. Classic Patricia, classic witch mother. Shout out. But yeah, just amazing, you know, because I've struggled exactly with the same thing. There have been numerous instances where I've tried to relinquish control, and then it hasn't been done and it wasn't correct, and it's very easy, I think, to get in that mindset of, by the time I've asked you for help or showed you how to do it, I might as well have just done it my fucking self, you know. But it's also you know, it's debilitating over time. So also being able to ask for help, amazing, but hard when you then do hand holding. It is the hand holding.
It's the hand-holding, it's the babying, which is why I do feel so lucky in other areas of my business where I have relinquished control. Like, you know, I realised quite early that the postage was not going to be it for me. I hired a wonderful Palestinian woman it was literally like within the first week or something, she was like, right, so I found these boxes that are going to be cheaper, they're better for the environment, they're black, and it's going to cost you this, this, and this. Should I just go ahead and order those? Yeah. And it's just been that the whole way.
Yeah. I'm really fortunate because Kev and I have sort of been working together in the business for over a year now, and it's really sort of started to click. And we're actually working on merch for the cult at the moment, which is a project that, like, I've wanted to... Do you remember when Cult Mother was brand new and I had like 5 followers and I printed t-shirts and tote bags with like 2 or 3 different designs, like, but I haven't actually made any merch since.
Yeah, like, when you have the followers,
yeah, like 2001, 2002. So I was like, okay, maybe now with the cult being where it is, we need some uniform, you know, we need some merch, and we're doing black on black embroidery. That's all I can say at the moment. We're doing black embroidery on black garments. So
how exciting!
I know, but you know, if it wasn't for Kev finding the supplier, starting the conversation, talking about the mock-ups, the samples, that all of that is happening for me here at the moment because I've got someone who's able to kind of wade in and take charge of that and move it forward. Otherwise, it just wouldn't be happening because I don't have any capacity, you know. And so the plan for the cult mafia, you know, and bringing other people in to kind of hold space and run events and kind of create a team is because I think we're all going to have to lean in more due to the lack of capacity that we have with everything else going on in the world at the moment as well.
That sounds absolutely amazing. I'm super excited for you.
I'm excited.
Can't wait for there to be cult merch. Can't wait to wear it black on black with embroidery. I mean, what more could you
Well, we're doing I'll do spoilers for the Skunks. We're doing the cult sigil in black. In black embroidery on the chest of a zip hoodie, because a lot of people wanted zips because they just find them easier than over the heads, which we were like, okay, great, we hear you. And we are also going to do a beanie, a hat, so you can have, because I've put a protective sigil at the crown. So a different sigil that's designed to give you mental strength and fortitude as you have to be out there with all of that difficult energy right now. So it's literal protection.
Can I request a baseball cap? Because I don't wear beanies, but I do wear...
Oh my god, so the next drop, which will take us about another 4 years, I should think. I'll do a baseball cap is a great idea. Right?
Yeah. I mean, lots of people wear baseball caps. As I say, I don't wear a beanie, but I do wear a baseball cap, and I'd wear that all the time.
Yeah, I love a baseball cap. I've got one that says "Feed all tyrants to the land," and so
I love those.
Some of that, and even putting a sigil on the back then or something would be cool. But yeah, there's a t-shirt in the works as well. So yeah, it's exciting. But yeah, shout out to the people helping us.
Yeah, I mean, Yasaman and I are passing forward like a lot of ideas at the moment, and there's something boiling.
You two collaborating creatively is too much. Honestly,
I'm so excited. This next one is gonna be another level.
Well, I saw somebody this morning having a bit of a bitch on Instagram about this whole like goth baddie aesthetic because it's very, very in the mainstream right now. But I was like, I'm not mad about it because my friends are going to be making a lot of money. You know, like people being like, you know, goth is such a beautiful subculture and aesthetic, and I'm like, yeah, totally. But real goths recognize real goths, always have, always will. And if you know certain aesthetics are getting a moment in the mainstream, then let's go, right?
Here's the thing, though. This happens every few years. You know, every few years, H&M, everything's black. Every few years, there'll be somebody in the mainstream that brings it forward again. Like, you know, I'm thinking like when Madonna came out with Frozen, everything was goth again. Like, and you know, like goth recognizes goth, but like, I'm not mad at it. I like it. Like, I like to see more black lace and velvet always.
Yeah, of course.
It does create more customers for me. So.
Exactly.
Not mad.
Exactly. I think it's Drake. Drake has a new girlfriend who is described now everywhere as a goth baddie. And again, more goth baddies. Not mad about it. Right. What were we here to do today? Other than have a massive bitch. Yeah, well, that's what we started the podcast for, really. And we do so hope you're enjoying listening to us just having a big old bitch. But it is like, you know, it is tricky dealing with. I talk to people about this all the time. This has been the main shape of the one-to-one readings that I have started coming back to, is that it's hard enough quite often dealing with the stress of stuff like this, right? It's just extra especially stressful at the moment, because of the fact that there is such a lack of kind of stability or safety or consistency kind of anywhere else for us. We're all so dysregulated and stressed out as it is right now for very warranted reasons. I think we have to remember the reason why certain things will just take us over the edge is because we're not operating off of I'm not operating off of anything resembling a baseline anymore.
Yeah, I think the thing for me is like, the things that I used to drink and do drugs over, I now make belts over. So if there's anything that is going to sort of like fuck with my business in any way, that's really going to push me over the edge, because this is, it's not necessarily a safe space and it's not a healthy coping strategy, but it is where I come when I'm stressed out with world stuff, because this is what I can control. And when I can't control it, oof.
Well, but look at the insight, look at the awareness that you have. You know, it's powerful. And I'm the same. And I think I said to Kev this week, I think part of when I really started to struggle was just when Cult Mother started to get so big. Because I never wanted it. Weirdly, for a Leo-y Leo, let's go Leos. It's my birthday soon, said the Leo.
Here's the thing though, Hannah. There's a little bit of a difference in our businesses in that you are the brand, the product, in a way more than I ever was. So for you, when a reel blows up, it's about you, and they're going to start talking about your appearance, the way you talk. And, like, I can't imagine operating in that way.
But like, you don't get people calling you a faggot in your comments. Come on.
Yeah, I've had it, but every reel of yours is you talking to camera. I do that very rarely.
I think for me, it's because I see, because I'm such good friends with you, I see how much of you is in your brand. I see how much heart goes into what you craft and create. And, you know, and it being received and responded to in certain ways is important to all of us when we put our creativity in the world. We are putting ourselves into the world. I think you've developed a phenomenally thick skin, and I'm super proud of you. You know, it's what we were talking about yesterday. Like, you're just so fucking resilient right now in a way that is really admirable. And I think being someone that's just like, right now, I just have to lock in, right? And that's what I know I need, and I'm honouring that. Can't knock it.
Again, it's, can I afford this meltdown right now? And in most cases, I can't. I could afford to scream into my phone today.
Honey, I love it. Right, yeah, well, like me, right? That's my next reel. But because here's the thing, I've gotten to a point where I'm like, can I afford? And I'm like, absolutely not. But am I now going to do it? No, because I haven't got any energy whatsoever. The thought of taking my washing from the machine and putting it on the airer is enough to make me feel like I'm having an aneurysm. You know,
I didn't become a little bit of a nutter.
I became an utter nutter. I love you. Well, look, we decided today to have an episode with a little levity to try for a little joy. Like I said, I had one negative comment on Instagram and have decided to have a I treated myself to a full-blown depressive kind of spiral.
Bubblies in the fridge. Yeah.
Bubblies in the fridge. Bubblies in the fridge! Yeah, like exactly like that, basically. Someone was like, I used to follow you because you were really helpful and uplifting, and now you're just fucking depressed all the time. And I was like, have you seen it out there?
Yeah. Yeah, I used to follow you when you would encourage my spiritual bypassing, but you now refuse to do that. So I've decided to hit the unfollow button.
Exactly. I think that's why it upset me so much, though, is because it was indicative for me of what I feel we are so up against at the moment, is that unless you are prepared to coddle people in their privilege, they really don't want to fucking hear it. And your livelihood is perhaps then attached more to your ability to coddle people in their privilege than it is to actually do anything positive, and that is enough to send me into a spiral right now. But again, you know, for other people, you know, in a similar boat right now, I think even people working in mental health, you know, therapists, like, you know, it is tough. Anybody holding space, even people cutting hair and having people sit there and talk about themselves and their lives and just like...
Well, I mean, talk about energy transfer, like literally just touching your crown.
Yeah.
Touching somebody's crown.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, again, that awareness, everyone's having a hard time facing their own struggles. Just try not to be a dick. You know, I do think calling people out on the fact they've been a bit doom and gloom when their brother had a stage 4 cancer diagnosis at the end of last year makes you a bit of a twat, mate, actually. You know, like, do you know what you could say? Nothing. Do you know what you could say? Absolutely nothing. But this is also, like, we're here for this today. We need this, so I'm just going to say it. When there is all this drama online, the amount of people that email me, Bex, Kev, orally, people in and around my business, they're in my DMs, and they're like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Have you seen that? Yeah.
Get this. I'm not in the witch space. I got those kind of DMs as well.
Yeah, right? Yeah, because they know you're, right? They're trying to just get at you. What, can you have an opinion? No! I'm sorry.
I sell belts on the internet.
Yeah, but even, comment, who are you? Who are you? Yeah. I don't know you. I think people need to take it back to the day where when people ran businesses, you used to have to open their door, step into their space and go, oh, hello, right? Can you imagine people just opening the door and being like, question, tell me what you think about this? You'd be like, you're clearly disturbed and I'm going to need you to leave. Right? You can't just come in here and talk to me like that. But on social media and up in your emails and online, we've just created this culture where people think that if you have a presence, they just have carte blanche to talk to you how they want, say what they want, or ask you whatever the fuck it is that they want.
Yeah. But again, can I afford this meltdown today? No, I can't. Because you are going to remain in the general folder with all the other nutters. Because it says no DMs on my Instagram, so why are you DMing me? It says you can email me if it's about an order. It says not about an order. So why are you DMing me?
Babe, we've got to go to the Algarve. I'm taking you away. At this rate, when we get out of this recording, I'm going to say, Kev, I'm going to Berlin. I'm going to go get him. I'm going to go sit his ass in the fucking ocean. I'm going to feed him some fruit. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I'll probably still be fucking voice noting the fucking...
No, you won't.
Email company.
Because I will take it and I will throw it in the ocean. Or you can give the phone to me, and if they think they've had a hard time dealing with you, they can deal with perimenopausal, over-caffeinated, stressed up to the eyeballs cult mother.
They stressed out my friend and I was in my luteal phase.
Yeah, exactly. How dare you! Oh dear. Yeah, well look, we are quite stressed out, but the episode that we wanted to record today, we wanted to talk about the positives, actually, of social media. Well, a little bit of the rough with the smooth, because here's the thing. I think we're going to see, I've spoken about it before, like a mass exodus of people from meta platforms, like Instagram and everything. We're seeing the stagnation and the overwhelm, and that everyone is looking now at, you know, Substack, Patreon, like building community and presence in different places. You've been working on different ways of not having to lean so heavily into having a presence on Instagram.
Yeah.
But I thought it was worth us taking a moment to appreciate what it has done for us. And to remember the glory days of flat lays and taking photos of your latte art. And it was kind of cool. When Instagram was first conceptualized, the idea of kind of scrapbooking, being your own, capturing your own moments, crafting comments. I used to spend hours writing comments like they were poems, like captions.
Yeah, I don't know how it is for you, but like as I've grown as a brand and a sort of presence online, I've wanted to share less and less of me.
Yeah.
Because that feels like mine, you know, like even with the house I've had to think about what I really want to share, like what I want people to know about, you know, things like that where I'm just like this is mine and I get to keep this for me because you get to see this other stuff.
Yeah.
That is my creativity in a way.
Yeah, love that for you, hate that for me. But again, I'm also looking at different ways, working with different people, leaning more into Patreon. But, you know, I had a great time with Facebook and organising my top... Did you get your top 8? Was Tom in your top 8 friends?
MySpace,
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Was it oh my God, MySpace. But, like, I was one of those early adopter MySpace. Like, we talked about learning code so you could put a song on your profile. And then, obviously, I was on Facebook. I was somebody that would sit on a Facebook feed all day, every day.
I feel like I also knew early on that there was something in it. Like, I can remember seeing people rise to MySpace fame and sort of knowing that there was something about that I was interested in and that was going to be something for me.
That era of the internet, it really was about adding as many friends. Like, in my scene, it was like, if you had, like, 1,200 MySpace friends, you were, like, a big deal. Rawr.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I wish...
No, it was raw.
I wish I wish I had my MySpace photos from when I was sat on the computer in my parents' living room on the dial-up modem internet. Like, that would be something to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then obviously, you know, MySpace into Facebook. As I said, I'm that person that was on there all day. And if I went out and got wasted, I would be updating my Facebook drunk every 25 seconds. Like, it was embarrassing the way I used Facebook. It was bad.
I'm glad I didn't have access to things like Instagram Live when I used to get as messy as I did. I'm really glad that, you know, like, I had to log into my parents' computer, so there was a little bit of distance.
All of the embarrassing photos of me are photographs that people took, likely on disposable cameras when we had put on house shows, or maybe there'd be someone with a camera. They were kind of the unofficial photographer, and they'd put the pictures up on Facebook. But it was always... I know that there are some photos out there that I would not want to surface. Adam Dalton, I'm talking to you. But I know that they're hard copies.
Yeah.
They're hard copies of me standing on the stairs with my titties out in the homestead.
Yeah, I often wonder if some hater somewhere has got a hard drive of just like pictures of me gurning at Slimelight.
See, the thing is, these days though, if somebody wanted to surface my nudes, or like, I'd be like, hell yes, look at those titties. I have no shame. I've got none left whatsoever. I had little then. And honestly, if anybody wanted to be like, this is a nude that Hannah sent me back in, 2015, I'd be like, fuck yeah, look at that body. This is what social media did to us. We were raised by it. I was, definitely. I started an Instagram for AKA when I moved to Berlin. I remember having a conversation, actually, it was Brody. They were like, I think the shop needs an Instagram. I was like, I'm not fucking around with Instagram. We're on Facebook. I do everything on Facebook. Been there for years. Big dog on Facebook. And then I think the AK Instagram, once I did start, it grew to about 50,000 followers within about 12 months. It was like back in those early days of Instagram.
Well, I can remember I was in a shop here in Berlin. It was like the only shop I was in, and this one influencer went in there and bought a necklace, and I got like 5,000 followers off that one post. It used to be like that. It's nothing like that now.
No, it's tough. But we did decide today, as a little homage to what is still good about the gram, talk about some of the accounts that we enjoy following at the moment, but we're also going to give you one that we would urge you to unfollow.
Yeah.
Just in terms of practicing that awareness around what and who we are engaging with and where, because as much as some people are like, oh, I just hate follow them, I just want to see what they're up to and what stupid dumb thing they're doing next. Well, you're just contributing to the numbers that they have, and in terms of advertising, in terms of sponsorships, in terms of you are your data that is allowing them to make money. Basically, you being there and still following them or like engaging with their stuff, even if you're like, well, it's not that I agree with them. Well, you do, because your presence there pays them. But we'll talk about that. Do you want to go first with a good one for a follow?
Yeah, I mean, a good one for me, and somebody that I get a lot of information from is Cat Black, who is a black trans woman who speaks a lot on sort of trans issues and is just, I think, a wonderful sort of spokesperson, and somebody, like, she has a YouTube channel as well and does sort of deep dives into things. She's the person that coined the term. It's something like, I don't share my body with men who wouldn't politically defend it, which is just like, and it's been reappropriated time and time again by white cisgender women, without crediting her as the person that came up with that quote. But she is somebody that I really, really rate, just in terms of getting any sort of information about, you know, queer stuff. I just think that she's amazing and so gorgeous as well. And she's also a bit of a goth, which means she follows me, which I love.
A goth baddie, Cat Black. How does Cat Black follow you?
Cat Black follows me. Quite proud of that one.
Love that. I unfortunately got really excited when Alanis Morissette followed me, but sadly, I think she might be a massive Zio. I haven't really dug into it, but I'm pretty sure I've unfollowed her because there was a lot of lashback in terms of, I think, her lack of support or actual ties, probably playing in Israel, I should think. But let's have a look and I'll put it in the show notes. Potentially problematic, Alanis Morissette. Okay. Massively disappointing. Okay. Massively disappointing. But she did once follow me on Instagram. Ha 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 ha. One of mine, and I'm not sure if it's Layla Madeline or Madeline, but Layla Madeline, but on Instagram it's Madeline. So Layla, Leila, Madeline, Madeline, __. But again, we'll put all of these in the show notes. I don't know where this person came from for me. I don't know how it's the algorithming and the fact that they know that I'm radical leftist scum, I think.
I follow them as well, so probably got them through the same channel or you.
Yeah, I want to say they're based in Canada. I want to say Canadian, but I could be completely wrong. The reason that I really started paying attention is that they are fantastic. They're a great writer. I think they have a really good presence on Substack, from what I understand. I think, again, a lot of us looking for where we can go. But the shares on Instagram, the comments on kind of where we are in this moment and what kind of collective liberation looks like, or what building liberation kind of centered community needs to look like. Just a really important or interesting voice in the space, and someone who's running, I believe they call it rewilding, where they're actively inviting kind of women and femmes into a space where they're embracing kind of everything that comes with like decolonization and looking at your shit, especially as white women, you know. So that's an account that, well, you're following them, I'm following them, because I was like, I just feel like some people are very adept at the moment for finding the words for things that I find myself kind of like chewing on for a long time, especially in the context of like running a membership versus building an actual community. But this is someone I can see is really trying to kind of walk the walk as well as talk the talk. I'm really trying to get people to unite around what they have in common more than where their differences are right now. And I think more of that on social media I would love to see right now. Because it's getting very catty and bitchy and divisive and difficult.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, the right are laughing at us because of all the infighting.
Yeah. I think there's a little observation for me in the fact that dopamine seekers, so people who might be deficient for whatever reason, love drama.
And also, in terms of creating content on the internet, it's what does the best. If something is a little divisive, it'll blow up because you'll get the reaction.
We're all not working correctly when there's not enough kind of enrichment in our enclosure, you know, however you want to put it. But for me, kind of, you know, thinking about specifically autism, ADHD, with the ADHD component, especially that dopamine fiend in me will start a fight. I have to be careful of it with Kevin in our marriage.
Try me, bitch.
Right? Especially if I'm feeling a little low or a little depressed or a little bit like I don't want to feel like this. How can I punch the fuck it button? Or an argument, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's something happening almost online in how popular that content is, that is just argumentative and divisive and encourages you to kind of like that is deeply ingrained in that dopamine drip that they have designed to keep us attached to right now. So I'm okay with sounding completely crazy. I think this is where we're at.
Yeah. I mean, you saw the number of bees that were swarming around my bonnet this morning when I came into this recording.
Yeah, but it is also because, you know, I've sat this morning already and done a couple hours of admin and trying to get things sorted and but there are wildfires in over like 30 different countries in the world right now. I am in Ireland where there are fires. You are in Germany where there are fires. Next to France where there are fucking fires. There are firemen in the UK telling people, until you have been to the house where someone died of heat stroke, but they stayed there for a week in this heat, I don't want to hear you deny climate change. I don't want you to talk to me about how this isn't a crisis. Even the firefighters are coming out now and saying, my job now centres around fighting fire that is associated with climate disaster.
Well, I mean, we've just lost a big part of the New Forest in the UK, haven't we, to a wildfire?
Devastating.
Horrendous.
I have a stag with oak leaves tattooed on the back of this hand because my grandfather was a New Forest gamekeeper. Obviously, the oak is that sort of symbolism, and like I just it is just still crazy to me this week. It's been kind of difficult. That we're all still, in many respects, kind of just in keep calm and carry on mode. I shared yesterday the video of Greta Thunberg 7 years ago as a kid saying, I need you to panic. I need you to act as if the house is on fire, because it is.
And she's a child in that video.
She was a child, autism, right? Like she was there going, I can see it and I am afraid every day. And you need to be afraid too. And I relate a little to what that kid felt like then, right? Because I'm sitting here now being like, there has to be a tipping point for us, surely, now. Because it can't, this slow decline, this slow slide is just horrendous.
It is.
You know? Like, I'm like, if it's going to fucking go, can it go now? I'm fully prepared to run into the woods and, you know, poop in the bog and another Instagram to follow.
I mean, I don't think it will surprise anyone that I do need. I can't go this whole episode without mentioning my fave, Matt Bernstein.
Matt Bernstein. Just make Matt Bernstein president of America.
Oh my god, just like correct opinions about everything. A wonderful speaker, like somebody that I am waiting for his videos constantly.
Yeah.
The last one that he did about Boy George, I was painting my bedroom, listening to that, and I was just like, this is perfect. He brings in women that know what they're talking about, other queer people. It's just so fucking well done, and I just get so much out of it. So I know I literally speak about him every single episode, but he is somebody that is infinitely younger than me that I just look up to endlessly. So
yeah, and just gorgeous as well. I mean, just
the
lovely.
nails.
When people just have a certain aura, just like a certain energy about them, you know, where you just there's a real unshakable energy as well. You know, that is someone who has had to develop a thick skin in terms of what they must be on the receiving end of, but also just moves with that softness. Still,
as a queer Jew that is pro-Palestine,
it's masterful, the maintenance of that soft, firm, direct, unshakable. I admire it because I find it hard.
And as I say, as somebody that is so young, that is
Yeah.
so firm in their convictions and is able to speak on them in such a way, like, I just...
Yeah, there's a link to Matt Bernstein's Patreon from ours if you want to go and find out more if you haven't already. And here's the thing, I'll tell you this, babe. I don't think we have to worry too much about repeating ourselves. Because I've actually had a few people in the last few months send me messages saying, thank you for telling me 3 or 4 times this is where I could sign up for this or where I could find this. Because only on the 3rd time did I recall and remember enough to actually go do the thing. So I'm sure there's people listening that are like, oh my god, Tommy's mentioned Matt Bernstein. I've absolutely been meaning to go and do that. And in you mentioning again, it's actually helpful. It's a helpful little nudge. It's a helpful nudge. But Matt Bernstein absolutely is someone whose content I shall absolutely be watching more of on your recommendation. I'm still obsessed with Bailey Sarian. But I think it's because
you know Bailey follows me. Did she not know? Did I tell you that one? Yeah, because Robbie's obsessed with Bailey Sarian, and like that was a big one. Where I was like, Bailey Sarian follows me. Yeah, I know.
Well, Kev knows this, but I think I've got a bit of a crush on Bailey Sarian.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Icon. All right, honestly, it's just the murder, the makeup, the doing it on YouTube, the like trailblazing and building the career and the profile and doing it as just someone who sings da 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 as their own theme music. I mean, you know, and gorgeous.
Was it murder mystery makeup? Is it
murder mystery and makeup Monday? Yeah. So it's I think there's almost a nostalgia for that era of kind of YouTube. Doing my makeup, talking about murder that's a little missing right now. I bought a CD player.
Yeah. You bought a
on
CD
that
player?
Nostalgia trip. Yeah, I bought a CD player and I've decided I'm going to try to rebuild my teenage CD collection. Because at some point we lost... Do you remember when I was a kid, having a CD and buying a CD was like it. And a CD collection and someone coming and looking at what CDs you had, like...
They are cheap now. It'll be really easy to build.
Exactly. So I'm like, I want my AFI, my Alkaline Trio, my Jimmy Eat World, my I want to have an old boombox CD player and all my CDs like I did when I was a teenager. Because once I left Spotify, I really don't have a library anywhere anymore. And it means I don't listen to music as much as I used to. So it's trying to kind of get back to that.
Yeah, you have to get a portable one as well to take around.
Oh, I did. Yeah, like I did. Got like an old, went on Vinted and got myself like an old Sony boombox.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's for my inner teenager, right? I want. Do you remember that? Even the artwork in the CD sleeves, and a CD is going to be to our generation what vinyl was before. Are we going to all be looking for old CDs?
Yeah, but people still collect vinyls, but people aren't really collecting CDs.
I'm starting it. I'm calling it now. We've got a DVD collection. I'm starting my CD collection. Going back to analog. No more subscription fees. No more ads. No more nonsense. Being able to listen to it where I want, as many times as I want.
Well, you own it. Yeah, you own that.
More of this. Right. One more good on the gram from me. Well, I've got 2 more, but another one from me. Muchacha Fanzine. So Muchacha Fanzine is an Instagram and a Patreon that I am a part of because I love zines. I love feminist zines. I love the fact that there are people still putting things into print and publishing stuff, and I think a zine for the cult is absolutely something that I'd love to do for that reason, or like putting my book out as a series of zines. You know, that was a big part of the kind of the DIY community I was in when I was a kid. I used to love zine making. So yeah, Muchacha Fanzine on Instagram. There's someone that does, again, like very kind of liberation focused, kind of intersectional feminist stuff, but it's all really, really good fun. I've got a zine here, I think, that's called Girls to the Front, about women in punk, and I got it in the post. Even, you know, with them being based in the States, I got it in the post for being part of their Patreon, and getting an envelope full of zines and stickers. It's the nostalgia thing. Again, it's going to be huge for us coping with the horrors.
Taking it offline, snail mail.
Stickers, zines.
Things you can touch. Yeah.
Playing on our Game Boys, listening on our iPods.
I love it.
I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. So yeah, that's definitely someone that I recommend giving a follow and a support if you can. I believe that they do a lot of fundraising, kind of mutual aid efforts attached to the work that they create and produce as well, and a lot of amplifying other voices and writers and creators. So that was a good one for me. Who else have you got?
There's one that I couldn't not mention, and this is one where they were a follow and then they turned into an unfollow. So this is somebody, basically I was completely obsessed with this account and YouTube channel called ContraPoints. And this person, for me, this was my favourite person on the internet.
I know. I think every time I used to speak to you, you would mention ContraPoints, a video you were watching, had watched, maybe one that you'd sent to your dad. Or you'd sent to me, or like,
And the thing is, I mean, the reason that she got as big as she did was because she was able to talk about things that were maybe a little complex for people that were maybe a bit older, you know, sort of like more nuanced conversations about trans identities and stuff that you might want to just send to a parent who maybe just needs a little bit of help understanding something. And she is so good at that, to the point where I was sending her videos to people where I was just like, maybe you just would like to see it this way or listen to this perspective. And it was just so good at that. And, you know, she had these sort of very theatrical videos where she would wear costumes. The lighting was always amazing. It would sometimes take her half a year just to make one video, and they were very sort of philosophical.
Well, that was someone where you said to me with Patreon, you can calm down a little bit with how much kind of content you kind of create or what you kind of give in your membership, because you were a member of quite a few Patreons, and the ContraPoints one was one where you were like, I'm a member of this Patreon and we get like one video a month, and I was like, wow, imagine. But it's because it was that in-depth, really good independent kind of journalism.
Very well researched and a lot of time spent on it. So I was a huge fan of this person, and then she made a statement about Palestine and Israel that was so disappointing. And I honestly, I'm not somebody that gets particularly invested in celebrities or anything like that, but I was very invested in this person and what they represented and what they taught me. So when that came out, I was absolutely gutted. And I know I wasn't the only one. And I know she's lost a huge part of her base because it is primarily sort of leftists. And she basically it was around the time of the elections, and she was upset that Kamala didn't get in. And she had said that people had been put off voting for her because of her stance on Palestine, and was basically saying that there was nothing that we could do, and that she was disappointed that so many of us had clung to this lost cause, basically. And I was so disappointed.
That's beyond disappointing. Yeah.
So,
No, and we've talked about it before. It's part of, it's a big part of why we started the podcast. It's tough. A lot of us have lost a lot. We haven't lost anything like the fucking Palestinians have, though. That's it, right? But like, it is hard. It's like the Nick Cave poster that's now under my bed because I can't fucking look at it because I'm so disappointed. It's just, especially because of people who have got that base and have got that money, like I get this whole idea of, not the people who don't want to say anything because they don't want to risk their livelihoods, but to come out and say something and to get it so fucking wrong when you're someone who you believed aligned so well with your values and with your beliefs, it is really tricky. It's really tough.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Is that your one? Was that your one to not follow?
No, I've got another one. That was more just like, this was a follow and then it turned into an unfollow because I could not mention it.
Yeah. It's a shame, and I'm not even gonna get into when someone has this stance over here. Does it undo the good work here? And well, yeah, it does. Yeah.
It absolutely does. But I am grateful for how that content was able to move the needle in certain conversations that I've had in my life.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, there we go.
has been very helpful. But would I recommend to follow now? Absolutely not.
No. There we go. One more to absolutely follow from me. So, Sarah of Magdalene on Instagram. So, Sarah absolutely refuses to sit down and shut up on pretty much every important topic right now. As a solo mum as well, a caregiver, doing a lot of heavy lifting, saying a lot of the stuff that people don't want to say, and putting a lot of the stuff that people find really uncomfortable right in front of their face. So, for example, Glenn Hansard from The Frames died. Very famous Irish musician, tragically died in a bike accident. A lot of the tributes to him really didn't want to talk about the fact that he absolutely groomed a 13-year-old girl. He's known as Hansy Hansard down in Dublin. Yeah, so it's one of those things, you don't want to speak ill of the dead, but it's hard for people who have been on the receiving end of this predatory behaviour to see people pedestaled in the way that they are, especially in death. So, that, for example, is one of the things where Sarah of Magdalene was like, no, not fucking having it. This guy was a creep. And it's hard to do that and to do that continually on social media at the moment. Yeah. So it does a lot of research into Zionism, Israeli ties, keeping BDS targets on blast. Sarah, Sarah of, and then Magdalene, Magdalene, Sarah of Magdalene. So in her bio, you'll see moving to Patreon, because Sarah has started Cunty Zine. And basically it's an issue of Cunty Zine about Glenn Hansard that has been published on the Patreon. So Sarah's also one of the people that's pioneering the whole, hey, I want to do work that's meaningful, I kind of want to do depth, and I want to kind of give you more information, and the only way for me to do that is to deviate, use a different platform, and guess what, you could pay me, which would be a great help. So yeah, someone I absolutely really rate, haven't had a chance to kind of interact with or talk to very much personally, but I find myself resharing a lot of the work that they're doing, and amazing. I've kicked into the PayPal, I think, once, and I should probably absolutely do it again, where people are providing kind of PayPals or coffee links, or that, you are leaning into. It's like people like Danny Price, there's a lot of journalism happening from independent people whose opinion and following, like I said, can really kind of make a difference and move the needle, but people do need to be supporting those voices in those spaces, because they're going to need that support to continue being able to do that as we move forward from here, I think. So
there's so many people that you can follow across the board to get so much information about so many different things. I mean, Basan has been a huge one, obviously. Like, talk about there being somebody there on the ground that is continuously showing up. And, just the fact, I think in the beginning for me, when I was starting to understand what was going on, and her showing up every day, hi, I'm Basan, I'm still alive.
Protect her at all costs. But that's it. That's the reality. We are living in a world where we, through our little phones, see someone telling us it's okay, I'm still alive. I'm still alive in the midst of trying to share with you what it's like trying to survive a genocide. Wild.
And do you remember when she didn't post an update for just under a week, and we were all just convinced that something had happened?
Yeah. Let's not forget, talking about, the Greta Thunberg from 7 years ago, the kid who tried to tell the grown-ups that they should be more concerned because the house is in fact on fire, is now the Greta Thunberg who got on a boat to try to break the Israeli siege, was captured, taken into captivity and assaulted.
Yeah.
God love her. Yeah. God love Greta, truly. Truly.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
The sass as well.
Yeah. I mean, she's absolutely amazing.
What was it with the whole, it's okay, Andrew Tate, I'll just use where your pizza boxes have come from to alert the Romanian authorities to where you are. She was part of a Twitter spat with him that then led to his arrest the first time round. So fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play. Who are we unfollowing, Tommy V? Who are we still absolutely baffled by in terms of the presence or the platform that they do have on social media.
Boy George.
Fuck. Really?
Oh my god. I still have lots of people that follow me that follow Boy George. And the thing is, I mean, for anyone that doesn't know, we mentioned it in the last episode, but he has made an AI reggae song in support of Israel. And since releasing that and since the backlash, he has made another AI song about cancel culture since that, which I'm sure he actually had. I'm sure he actually had that lined up and ready to go.
So what we're going to do is we're going to double down because we don't know how to admit that we got it really, really wrong and fucked up. And that is what I take issue with these days, right? I think there has to be, talking of cancel culture, there has to be some road to redemption. Otherwise, you do force people to simply double down. But I think the words AI, reggae, and Israel never, ever, 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 ever needed to be in the same sentence. And I don't want people to listen to it, but you need to hear it to understand how much we hate it.
Don't listen to it. Listen to Matt's episode about it, because you will get a little snippet of it in there, and you won't be supporting Boy George directly.
You have to hear how bad it is to truly appreciate how baffling it is that someone would choose to double down on this particular bit of their creative output.
So in Matt's episode, I don't want to give away too much, but he does talk about how Boy George is directly benefiting from platforming AI, and also it has Zionist management as well. Like, there's a lot going on there because, you know, he's not Jewish, you know.
But I love this. Like, if with the like billion like pound dollar like propaganda machine that the Israeli state has, the best that they can do in terms of like full allyship, you know, fuck Palestine, let's go October 7th. The best fucking thing that they could get a hold of to use as leverage culturally in Britain was Boy George.
Well, here's the thing. They also want to they do a lot of rainbow washing, Israel, and they do want to align themselves with queer celebrity, despite the fact, you know, platforming themselves as sort of like a queer haven. They don't have gay marriage. They don't have gay adoption. You know, it's all just absolute bullshit.
It's a war for hearts and minds. It is. It's all propaganda, and I still. The amount of due diligence that is necessary these days in terms of I get asked, to do things, and quite often it's we're an organisation that helps immigrants to integrate into their local communities, or we're an organisation that's busy trying to help women fleeing from, and you're like, oh, this is amazing. This is exactly the kind of thing that I want to do with the people I want to work with. And the more that you look and kind of do a bit of digging, and that only takes a kind of tertiary Google most of the time, you will start to see where the money is coming from and what corporate whitewashing is being done behind this facade, and if you're getting paid by them, where the money is really coming from as well. And it has only taken me like 2 minutes to be like, you've got active endorsements from brands like Coca-Cola on your website.
I keep getting emails from the team at AliExpress asking me if I want to be a part of their influencer team. Yeah, no, what do I get at the moment? I've had a lot from banks. Bunk and Revolut have both asked if I want to do content to get people to sign up for accounts with them. What other stuff have I had to recently? It's baffling the amount of the things that you get asked to promote in it. Yeah.
Really, when I'm like, I'm a tarot reader. Why on earth do you want me to try and sell collagen for dogs or whatever the fuck it is that they're like? You know, I get it all the time, and it'll be like, do you want 1,500 quid for like all we want from you is a 30-second reel discussing this and that? But like I said, a little bit of googling and a little bit of, quite often you're like, absolutely not. But it is hard still. You know, it is hard still. Yeah. But not as hard as it is surviving a genocide. So, definitely unfollowing Boy fucking George at this point. What an embarrassment. What a shame. What a way to kill your career, or what was left of it, completely dead. Not a good look. But please unfollow accordingly. I feel at this point we shouldn't have to tell our listeners not to follow people that go hard in their support of Israel, perhaps, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like the AI images of Boy George, which were very kind to himself, I will say, because he looks about 17 in the pictures, and hasn't had to paint his neck black. You know, wearing a Star of David t-shirt, like it's just,
it's so embarrassing. Like, at least being pro-Palestine's cool, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least the people who go hard for Palestine are making amazing art and creating music and solidarity gigs and festivals and events and t-shirts and like...
And you couldn't even write the song yourself.
You couldn't even write the song! You get AI Boy George and a Star of David t-shirt. Have fun in your absolute cultural void, you genocidal maniacs. I love it. It's delicious. I can't wait to talk about this next prick. We need to talk about Conor McGregor. And my unfollow, please, is Conor McGregor. Why on earth are so many people, when I go to Conor McGregor's Instagram profile, because somebody else pointed it out to me, it was in the stories of like, when I looked at it, I couldn't believe the amount of people that follow Conor McGregor. So I just want to remind you that Conor McGregor was taken to court in Ireland by an incredibly brave woman. Her name is Nikita Hand. Nikita Hand, trigger warning for sexual assault, was violently sexually assaulted by Conor McGregor. She was so violently raped that she had to have a tampon surgically removed.
Oh my god. That's awful.
Who Conor McGregor is, and a court agreed. Then Conor McGregor went to America, where Jimmy Fallon put him on his TV show because he was preparing to do a fight. His Instagram handle is "Ain't nobody got time for that." And obviously he was just known as an MMA fighter. But he is now a convicted rapist, far-right Christian evangelical. So I don't care how much you claim to like MMA, there is no excuse for being in Conor McGregor's follow account at this point in 2026, unless you are someone who is an apologist for rapists. And fuck Fallon and fuck Disney for also being apologists again and again and again by giving so much for these accusations will ruin your career. Conor McGregor was accused of rape and he told everybody he was going to run as president of Ireland. Then he went to America and shook Trump's hand, and then Fallon put him on TV. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. But it starts with us being like, why the fuck am I following this guy on Instagram? Because as soon as we stop paying them attention in the attention economy, that's the only way we're going to cut them off like the cancer that they are at this point.
Because, like, why would I follow you when I actually just want to take you out and shoot you?
Exactly. I think we learned about hate following years ago. I think everyone kind of understood that following people just because you actually would like to see them fall or because you're enjoying watching them unravel, like, is kind of crazy. You know, it's like that person saying to me, oh, you've just made despair your whole personality, I'm going to leave. I'm like, okay, bye. Because you've correctly called out the fact, like, realised that I am not for you right now. So go. But yeah, the idea that people are contributing to someone's financial stability because their numbers are being bolstered by people who don't support them is kind of crazy for me. So just please don't follow the notorious MMA Conor McGregor on Instagram. I don't know how he still has over 1 million followers. It's disgusting to me.
What's his Instagram handle? I just want to...
You won't be following the notorious MMA on Instagram, Tommy.
He's not got over 1 million followers. He's got 46.7 million followers.
I rest my case. 46 million people follow him on Instagram, which is how he still gets to go on Fallon. He still gets the endorsements. He still gets to show up for a fight where he lasted all of 20 seconds before his knee blew out because witches, right? But we really need to start paying attention to this, like I said, the attention economy, who we follow, what we engage with. Just stop paying them any attention. Kill celebrity culture dead. Stop following them. Stop caring about what they do. They don't care about us.
Yeah, no, that's it, isn't it?
You know, so I noticed that my 3 accounts to follow, Layla Madeline, Muchacha Fanzine, and Sarah of Magdalene, are all liberation-centered accounts run by women and femmes. All right, and the person I want to unfollow is a fucking rich boy rapist with 46 million followers. That's the energy. If we're going to stay on Instagram and be on Meta and make any kind of good of it right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I have a habit, just like, because I've got a lot of people on my Instagram that I just am sort of following because we're in the same world creatively, but they haven't spoken out about anything that I deem to be important. I'm really into muting people because I avoid all the drama, but I don't want to see your outfit of the day if you've not been able to speak up about Palestine. So,
yeah, absolutely. The mute function on Instagram is a fucking godsend. Seriously. Right, well look, I know that you were having a bit of a nightmare before you got in here today. Kev and I will be spending our afternoon packing boxes from the live sale that we ran in the cult recently. You do a live sale and you're like, oh my god, it's so much work getting the stuff ready for the live and pricing the stuff and doing the live, and then you're like, oh my god. The addresses and the payments and the packing the boxes and the different shipping and but we're getting there, gang. If anybody's waiting on a parcel from Donegal, it will be with you. ASAP.
Why don't you fly Yasmin out and she'll help me?
Honestly, don't tempt me. I'd fly Yasmin just about fucking anywhere. I love her. Honestly, meeting Yasmin and being able to also introduce Yasmin to you, highlight of my fucking life, because no one is gonna change the world like Palestinian youth, right?
Absolutely.
So exciting. Right, darling, well then look, we'll release you back into the wild so you continue giving all them adult baby men your hand. I'm gonna hold your hand while you say it, while I say this.
Get a fucking grip. Pull it together.
Do you secretly kind of love it? Is there a little bit of I kind of love being able to talk to these fucking guys like this right now, though?
No, I'm so fed up and over it. Sorry, but can you put a woman or a queer person on the line so we can actually sort this out?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I don't speak to men. As a rule. Oh, crikey. Well, look, listeners, we hope that you've enjoyed us talking about kind of some of the pros and cons, the ups and downs of being on social media at the moment. You know, whatever you need to do to kind of protect and preserve your peace, right? Being engaged does not mean constantly doom scrolling through it for fucking hours and stressing yourself out. You know, I do it, we all do it, but, you know, I think I need the reminder to kind of put the phone down and realise that a lot of it is coming back to what we can control in the day that we're in. So some accounts there to give a follow and definitely some to absolutely not follow. Maybe we could get Conor McGregor to fight Boy George. Is there some sort of MMA cage fighting showdown sponsored by Israel where we could get them to sort of like kill each other?
Wonderful. Yeah.
At the moment, we're going to be putting them on top of bonfires, but also making them fight each other to the death in cages. Is anybody mad about my plan for the new regime?
A medieval joust.
A joust. Bring back jousting, where we'll just gaffer tape them. We'll gaffer tape them atop the horse. I love it. I love it. Bring back medieval torture devices.
And the guillotine.
But yeah, again, on that note, I'm going to go and put my tinfoil hat back on, submerge myself in my bog, and Kev might be able to tempt me out later with a packet of crisps to pack some boxes from our live sale. But don't you get too stressed out today with all of this new EU shipping nonsense.
I'll figure it out. I always figure it out.
Yeah, I will.
Just do without it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's also worth mentioning a little bit of what we were talking about yesterday with the scaremongering that tends to happen on social media, where everybody just at the moment has a real tendency just to get their knickers in a massive fucking twist.
Yeah, I don't want to be a dick, but I do get quite annoyed with other small businesses and the fear-mongering and the stressing online when I'm just like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But all of this stressing each other out isn't helping anything.
Well, it's like I said to you, I get
the solution based.
Exactly. And also why in the year 2026 are we all getting so stressed out about compliance? Right? Just because somebody created some legislation doesn't mean you have to adhere to it. Yes, it might impact you and affect you if you don't, but you can cross that bridge when you fucking come to it, right? Like, we've got to start moving with a little bit of, well, if they say jump, instead of just being like, how high, sir? How high? And how many times in one day being like, no, I'll just figure out some other way to do it. Like you said, this compliance through fear and everybody just being so quick to be like, oh, fuck it, I guess everything I wanted to do and my whole dream and business is over now. I will go back to bed. It's a little disappointing in this moment because it's not the energy that we need. As you said, it's more a case of, okay, if we deal with it, how are we going to deal with it? Let's try and find constructive solutions or ways of moving forward. But instead, everybody's favourite thing to do right now is just to open Instagram and shout about it.
Have a stage 5 meltdown on
Yeah.
Comments.
I get people unfollowing me because I've had to unfollow other people as well. Just
get a grip, get a life, get over it.
Get a grip, get a life, and get over it. 3 things that both of us have never been able to do. I love my life. We've got lives. I don't have a grip, and I'm definitely not over it. Yeah. But I have got a life. I've got a life I love. Darlings, thank you for being here. Thank you for all of our fully signed up skunks, those of us that are contributing to the Patreon. Obviously, a weekly podcast is quite a lot of work. As long as you still love it, we will still make it for you, though. But if you can click like, subscribe on YouTube, that would also help us out as we fight to kind of remain independent and stay off of places like Spotify and Apple. But we will see you next time. Bye!
Bye!